Hello, and welcome to your first Coding Dead video tutorial. If you're watching this in the future, the website is probably already up, but as of now, in the past, it exists only as local files on my desktop. It was going to be hosted with Google Cloud before I put it up. I found Google Cloud unintuitive compared to Amazon Web Services though, and I'm frustrated with Google right now. If you want to know why, read the description of my last video. So I'll have to wait until I can cover my balance with Amazon. I would absolutely recommend Amazon Web Services for hosting though. If you want to know why I'm struggling financially right now, read the description of the video before last. I did purchase a domain name through Google though, and I'll be able to use it when I get the site back up and running in Amazon Web Services. So the site is going to be codingdead.org. Enough talking about the past though. Let's start speaking like a citizen of the future. Above this embedded video, we covered setting up Node.js, structuring a Kattis submission, command line basics, the read line Node.js module, the for loop control structure, and now we are doing the video solution. So the solution is pretty simple. Most of this problem was really just setting up for submitting the Kattis. So we're only going to need one input, and there's only going to be one line. So we just need to put the solution down here, and we'll rename this variable because so basically this problem, we've been given a number and we need to count up to it from 1 and print out the number and then abracadabra after it on new lines. So we're going to use our for loop control structure, and we're going to rename the number that we're going to count up to, which is the input. We're going to rename it to count to. And then we're going to say for let I equal 1. And the let keyword will declare a variable, but keep it only in the local scope. So var, for example, will keep it in the scope. We'll declare a variable in the scope of the function that you're currently in, but let will do it in the current block that we're in. So everything outside of the current block we're in will not be able to see this declaration. Everything nested inside of it will be able to, but not anything outside of it. So we're going to say let I equal 1. I is less than count to I plus plus. And again, that I will increment for each of these loops, and then it will break out of the loop when we reach count to. But we want to include count to, so it's not just less than, it's actually less than or equal to, because we want to include count to as well. Because once we're over count to, we're not going to repeat the loop again. We're going to come back up. It's going to check, is it less than or equal to count to? It's above count to now, so then we break out of the loop before we log it out. And here we don't need since it's only going to be one line, we don't need the curly braces. And what we're going to do is we're going to say console.log, and we're going to cast our index to a string, So we're going to say string I, and that's what that does. It turns this number data type into a string data type. And then we're going to say abra, but we're going to put space, number, space, abra, cadabra. And then that's it. So what we can do is we can go to Kattis, and we can find the problem. We can find the problem, and it's right here. And what we can do is we can get the data files for it. And once you have the data files, you can use them to test the solution. And we already did that, so we can go here. Well, you can see what's in it first. We'll take a look at it. It's just the each test case, the input, and then these are the ones that are given. They often test more than the test cases they give you, but they'll give you a couple test cases that you can check. And this is supposed to be the input, and this is supposed to be the output. A.in is the input, A.answer is the output, or the expected output. B.in is the expected input, B.answer is the expected output. So what we can do then is we can test those. And where I just put this file was, yeah, there. And we'll go to that. Right, but we need to go to that in the command line, and we are there. So we will say node. So this is how you run node from the console, as we saw. Node time loop 2.js. And actually, let me extract these to there. So it's going to be in desktop and website remodel Kattis there. Okay, let's extract those into there. Sorry, I should have just done that from the beginning. Reload and refresh. I didn't extract it? Oh, yeah, I had one selected. Oops. Let's do all the other ones. All the other ones. Let's control click if you've never had to do that before. Okay, there we go. And we go back to the command line here. So node time loop 2.js, and then we're going to input. So it's going to be a less than sign, A.in, and there you go. So we count all the way up to it. And if you submit that, you'll see that that it will work as a solution. So thank you all for watching, and I hope this video tutorial was helpful. I'll see you in the next one.